Hey guys, this is undercoverdudes all the way from down under, and today we have a review of the loaded M4A1 Desert Warrior, the fully customized version of the M4. This gun is basically an M4A1 Desert Warrior with every type of high tier modification attached, that being a suppressor, magnification sight, bullet type, iron sight, and magazine. Now before I start, I don't generally put pub stomping gameplay in my videos. I know our Lord and Savior Backstar did it when he made videos, but most of the games I upload on my channel feature people around the same skill level and around the same rank as I. But for this game, I hopped in and everybody in the enemy team was quite low ranks. And I was going to go and scrap this gameplay, but I think it perfectly goes and sums up what the M4A1 Desert Warrior Loaded is. It's an absolutely fantastic pub stomping weapon, and today I'm going to go and tell you why. But let's get right into the review, starting off with the statistics. We've got a damage of 36, portability 11, rate of fire 285, accuracy 66, recoil 23, and ammo is 70 over 50. The thing is, these stats are absolutely identical to the normal M4A1 Desert Warrior, and that gun is simply just a reskin of the normal M4. So obviously Nexon has gone and screwed up on the stats because this gun is very, very different. So my analysis today is going to be very gameplay based instead of just simple hard numbers. Now starting off with the damage, it feels basically the same as an M4A1 Desert Warrior. It's a 4 to 5 shot kill, and the high tier suppressor didn't really reduce the damage enough for me to go and feel a very significant effect. It might be noticeable at long range, but nothing for close and medium. For the portability, I felt no difference. Go and put on a light vest, go and put on a recon vest, and you'll be absolutely a-okay. Moving on to the rate of fire, I felt no difference. It had the rate of fire of a normal M4A1 Desert Warrior. And then when you go and look at the rate of fire and the damage, basically the damage per second of these two weapons statistically are exactly the same. However, the DPS of a weapon isn't the be-all and end-all, and there are some other really key stats that we have to go and talk about to really go and get a grip on what this weapon is capable of. Now moving on to the accuracy, it feels like an 85, it feels like a high 80s accuracy. However, Nexon's gone and given it a 66. And to be perfectly honest, this gun has accuracy that feels quite similar to, let's say, a G36E. Very good at sniping people at long range. However, the recoil pattern of the loaded M4A1 Desert Warrior has a lot to be desired. Now when we're talking about the spread, like when you go and hold down that left mouse button, you're pointing at a wall, you're not in scope, the spread of both the weapons, the loaded and the normal, are basically the same. The M4 series has been known for many years to have very unpredictable spread. The bullets will go and bloom not too far out, but it's not going to be as accurate as, let's say, an M416 CQB. However, the recoil pattern is very different between the two weapons. When you look at the recoil pattern for the normal M4A1 Desert Warrior, what happens is the first 2 to 3 shots are basically on target, exactly where you went and put your little dot. However, it will suddenly go and kick up, and then it will start the cone out, left to right, while still going up. And then at the very maximum recoil, it will go left to right, continuously. However, the loaded M4A1 Desert Warrior is very different. The first shot or two, it's going to be accurate, but then it's going to go up. But while it's going up, it doesn't gradually go into its left to right movement. It gets quite dramatic. It goes left, it goes right, it goes left, it goes right, while going up with the vertical recoil. So overall, at the very maximum, you've still got this really considerable left to right, but it started much earlier. That means when you're going and playing in game, that burst firing at long range, it's basically impossible. You can tap fire at long range, but you can't burst fire at long range. However, at close to medium range, it doesn't really matter if this gun has quite bad horizontal recoil, because people are going to be so close, their hitbox is going to go and compensate for this side-to-side recoil quite well. So you can go and aim at center mass, and it doesn't really matter how far it'll go left to right. In the end, you're going to be going and still hitting a lot of targets. But let's go and put the damage behind us, the rate of fire, the recoil, the spread. Let's put all of that behind us and talk about the magazine count. 70 over 50-40 ammo. It is absolutely ridiculous. It has probably the highest magazine count of any weapon, of any assault rifle, I would go and say, in combat arms. I haven't played with a gun that has had so many bullets in a magazine. Basically, you don't need you reload half the time. And that is such a simple statement, and people think, okay, you reload half the time, what does that really mean? But it means so much in a fast-paced game like combat arms. Basically, this gun is a rusher's dream, it is a pub stomper's dream, it is a noob stomper's dream. Because you can continue going and holding down that left fire button for much longer than anybody else can. You can run around with really fast speed gear, hold down that left trigger, have SMG-like spread. I wouldn't say it is like a P90R because it's not, but it's decent enough that you can go and fend off SMG users. Because you have higher damage, you can get right in people's faces, spray around, and you can go and get a fantastic on one magazine. And the fact that the reload of the weapon is so fast. For 70 bullets, it's like a normal reload. I think it's actually faster than a normal reload. A normal M4 reload, I'm pretty sure it's faster. By just a smidget, but it's still faster. And then you go and slap in that second magazine. It's not 70 bullets because you don't have 70 bullets. You don't have enough remaining. It's 50 bullets, but still 50 is better than 30. And overall, you run out of ammo fast in this gun. But if you're playing a very high chaotic, very high speed, high chaos action type of gameplay, then this is the gun for you because you can run into an enemy base like I'm doing right now. This is the reason why I picked the gameplay because it shows off how the gun should be used. You run into the enemy's base, you spray down one person, you don't need to go and reload for the second because you can go and kill the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth on one magazine. So overall, in a 1v1, people will beat you if they have a G36, if they have duels, if they have an Orphis. But overall, this gun is a fantastic rushing weapon because the P90TR, what makes it so good is because of its really nice spread and the fact that it has 50 bullets in the magazine. Its fire rate is okay, its damage is okay, its portability is okay, everything about the P90TR is very okay, but its magazine count, the ammo in its magazine, should I go and say, is very good. You can go and use the same argument with the loaded M4A1 Desert Warrior. Overall, the damage, the fire rate, the portability, the recoil, the spread, all of these statistics are subpar. We've got NX standards in the shop right now. You can go and pick up an AK-74M. That gun will trump a Desert Warrior any day of the week. Strap an ACOG to that, and that gun will beat it every day of the week in a 1v1. However, as I've said before, the magazine count, it is so impressive. And the fact that you don't really need to go and spend too much time reloading, that's what's put me off from using extended mags on a lot of my weapons. I like having the magazine right back in my gun. I quite like using fast magazines because I do reloads quite often. But this gun, it has basically the reload of a normal M4, but you've got so many bullets. You got too many bullets to go and use. It's insane. So that's why it is really good. And should you go and pick it up? If you got some spare NX, go and try it at least and have some fun just left clicking in one-man army and whatnot. But is it a gun that should be a staple in your inventory? I don't think so because there is many better weapons in the game that can go and satisfy that type of requirement. One last thing I want to go and mention is the cosmetics of the gun, and in particular, one little detail that's been bugging me the whole time I've been getting gameplay. Have a look. On the left-hand side, got that visionary icon. Of course, I went and died, so we'll wait till we spawn in. But on the left-hand side, you guys could go and see that I've got the visionary icon on my gun. I don't know why. It's a loaded M4A1 Desert Warrior. It's not a visionary gun. Not 100% sure why Nexon's gone and included that that icon, to be perfectly honest. But it's there and it adds a little bit of, character to the weapon, I suppose. But talking about character, the suppressor sound of this gun is so sick. Just hear it. It's going I'll go silent for a second. Oh, mate, that's so good. Oh, so good. I'll go silent again. Okay, of course I died. I didn't even know I died, but there we go. So The suppressor sound of this gun, so nice to go and listen to. So yeah, that is my review of the loaded M4A1 Desert Warrior. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the best gun in the game, but it's functional, and what it's made for, rushing, it does very well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you did, make sure to go and give it a like rating and comment in the comment section below if you've gone and tried this weapon, what your opinions of this weapon is, and we'll have a bit of discussion in the comment section if it is a worth purchase. But other than that, Undercover Dudes all the way from down under, out.